Hey everybody, it is the Bev D Show. It's February 12th, and it is a great night to be just kind of hanging out and talking. I am Bev, your host, and I'm very excited to be a part of possibly your evening or when you can listen to this at a later time. But yeah, so here we are, February 27th, Wednesday, 7 o'clock EST, Eastern Time. I would like to thank, I always like to open the show with thanking all of my listeners from all over, whether it's the East Coast or West Coast. I got Milwaukee, I got the Carolinas, Florida, you know, Akron, Columbus. We've got Ashland as well. I'm kind of in a weird spot this week. I am pushing week 3 of something that had happened to me. I'd fallen and I fractured my fibula, if you will. And, I was powering through. I get to work from home. I'm very lucky that I have the opportunity to be able to do such a thing. But, life gets to the best of us. And today, I don't know, I hit my wall and, I just realizing, went to the follow-up checkup yesterday and it is confirmed that no stairs, no driving for another 4 weeks. So, we put on our armor and our helmets and our protective mode, and that's kind of like what I was doing, although I have an amazing, amazing, lovable support system. In the meantime, I got in my own head and really started like that whole, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this? I absolutely love to drive. I love, it's just a sense of independence, and I am without wheels, my feet wheels, so I won't be able to do that for a while. And I got sad. I got really sad, and so I'm even hearing my voice through my headphones and I can hear the sadness. And that's not what this show is about. And it's not about being sad. And it's about persevering and getting through and powering through things. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to keep telling yourself it's all good, because you have to, everybody has their own cross to bear and everything. But you are in a situation where, like right now, I'm sitting, in my little studio, and I've got crutches and I'm walking on crutches and I'm able to bear a little bit of weight on my leg, but I'm looking around. I didn't even have a way of carrying water in here for me. So if I go into one of my talking, coughing jags, I will just end the show because nobody needs to hear that. But I don't have my water, and it's just stupid stuff. It's in perspective, it's ridiculous. There are so many people that can't even have water. They don't have a silly little stupid radio show that they're trying to do. They're just trying to survive. And so I keep beating myself up with that perspective of, this is what's going on in my life, and it hurts. It hurts really bad. And, I've been living a certain way for so many years, and now I've been, even when I needed help and things, how do I say this? I was able to get everything. Even if I needed to ask for help, I would be able to say, okay, can you help me out or whatever, but I still had my independence of gas and a car, and that gave me the freedom that I needed. So I'm being a little bit of a crybaby today. So I don't know how inspiring or motivating this show might be. There's like a little lump in my throat where, I kind of just want to cry. Um, that's because, my life changed. And it went from one thing in one silly little mistake to another. So anyhow, we power through. We're walking around in a boot. Doc says, put a little bit of pressure on the leg and you'll be all right and it's all going to be okay, you guys. But man, like I thought about, okay, I'm just not even going to do the show, but somebody teased me a few weeks back and said, Bev, I can't ever tell. You're always saying, how great life is and, you know, you're wonderful and life is good and all of this stuff. And it's like, you know, um, I don't know whether to believe. How do I believe that? And I've had people very close to me say the same thing, and it's like I really do believe that. But don't you dare think for a second that I don't have a downtime or that things don't go right with me or I don't get inside my own head and have to fight through those battles. I mean, who would I be to say, oh, I made it through or oh, this happened or what have you, and how I got through it if I didn't actually go through it. So, as I sit here and, I'm kind of fighting back the tears and everything, life is good. And it's that thing. I don't know. I'm the youngest of 7 kids and was never really, everybody's like, oh, you're the baby of the family. Oh, you must have been babied. Oh, this and that. No, I wasn't. I was on the last tier of, there was like my mom had 5 kids that were really close in age, and then there was a gap, and then she had my sister and I. And me, as the youngest of 7, I was fighting for my life. I was fighting for a bean around the table. So, as the dish got passed around at dinner time, I was just hoping to be able to get a bite. And that's a true story, and I'm not being against the way I was raised or my mom or my dad or the amount of food that they had for 9 people under one roof on one salary. God, I can't even imagine. It's pretty amazing how they did it, and I'm very proud of that. But yeah, I had to kind of do my own thing, and I fought for stuff all my way through school, so and getting out of school and doing my thing, being on my own and kind of a fierce little rebel warrior, making big mistakes at all times. But, even in the raising of our daughters, my ex-husband and I, we were fierce. We were parents. That was that cycle of our lives, and that was the one thing that we did, maybe to a fault. Kind of you get lost in trying to be the best parent because you only get to be that parent in those formative years for a certain amount of time. We just weren't that good at the blend of taking care of each other and what each other's needs were as well as our children. So we dove everything into them. And even when we got our divorce, we focused our energies that way too as well. So, and to that, our legacy, we have 3 amazing daughters that I'm very proud of, and I know he is as well. So you got your decades, you got your, different places that your life puts in front of you, places that you'll visit or you'll move to, or places that just invite your heart to become a part of. And so, yeah, I'm kind of all over the place tonight, just talking about my heart, I guess, and where I am. But yeah, when you have a setback like this, great or small, it's kind of one of those where it kind of, like that double slap that they do in the slapstick comedies of the face. It's like, wake up, look, you thought this was going to happen. No, this happened. And so it causes, pause to reflect and to kind of regroup and everything. And sometimes I do think we need that. A prescription I have, don't stay there. But when you are feeling sad and you are feeling blue, you just whatever your favorite thing to do is. If it's curl up on a couch and watch nonsense television or movies, or read your favorite book, but do that. Just totally remove yourself from anything that makes sense or anything that causes responsibility. Because if you don't, then it causes you to do strange reactions to certain things. And that kind of happened to me tonight, sitting having dinner, and we were enjoying, some spaghetti and just kind of having, and there was a knock on the door. And it was dun 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 dun. And that's that person that thinks that they're trying to make it like they're your friend or whatever. Well, I've lived here for going on 6 years on my own, and I don't answer the door. I'm not being rude. If you do not have an appointment with me, if you have not called me to tell me, you could be my best friend, you could be my sister, and if you have shown up at my door without letting me know that you're coming over and I can't see you on my porch or recognize your car, the door is not being opened. So it's just this little warrior thing that I planted inside. And lo and behold, my very dear friend got up and he just, okay, I'm getting the door. He goes outside the door and a minute goes by, another minute goes by, another minute goes by. His dinner's getting cold. And so I jump up, on my crutches, and it's just, God. Anyways, so I open up the door and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, hey, everything's okay. And here it's one of those heating guys selling something, And I was annoyed. And instead of acting or being rational, I reacted and I said, hey, no thanks. He's got to get inside, whatever, and come inside, whatever. And then I got really upset. And I wasn't upset at him. I was upset at the situation. Here's this guy showing up to a woman who's on the gas bill. It is it's just my name. And this salesperson is showing up like it's 1950 at my door and gonna want to talk gas, electric, or gas savings with me. No, so I lay this out to you guys. Did he really think, and does the company really think that I'm gonna go out on that porch and talk in the freezing business with him? Really? Or is it, oh, it's cold, you should come inside? Is that really what I'm going to do? The answer is no. Now, let's review. I am in sales, and I've been in sales my entire life. In my entire life, whether I was in outside or inside sales, did I ever show up, especially when I was selling insurance, did I ever show up on someone's doorstep when they didn't know I was going to be there? You don't do it. You don't know what's on the other side of the door as a salesperson, and the inside person doesn't know you if you're just standing there out of the blue. We can't do it anymore. There aren't milkmen anymore showing up delivering milk. There aren't guys showing up anymore selling, sweepers. It's over. It's over. And our society and hateful social media disgusts me and scares me to the point of I'm never opening that door for anybody. If they want to come in, they're going to need to bust in the window or whatever. But I'm not opening the door for anybody. So when the whole thing went down and my friend was out there and talking to them, then they start talking my business to someone who has nothing to do with my bills, my property, or anything. And now I'm really annoyed because on a professional level, and I'm just so upset about this. Just on a professional level, just shut up. Tell him that you'll come back or call her, meaning me, the homeowner, later.